What's the deal, ladies and mullets? Welcome back to the channel, A Hand Refinery Worker. I am Shaq the Beast. Today we're going to be talking about getting paid per day to show up to work on top of what you get paid per hour. Yes, that is a thing. And you can get paid a decent amount of money to show up to work. Now, there are some stipulations to the getting paid per day, which is called per diem. So stick to the end. I will make it make sense to you. But yes, blue collar workers, when let's say you live in Arkansas, we'll just call it Arkansas, right? And there's a job in Tennessee that's states away. So your contractor company will not only pay you per hour your salary, they will pay you per day, which is called per diem. And that is so you can still afford your lifestyle at home with your family, your wife and kids, or husband and kids, and you can still go to the job site and live and eat gas money. So per diem is for you to live away from the house with. Now, typically per diem can start anywhere from 75, which is horrible on the low end, mid range, $100 per day. Now, keep in mind, this is per day. And I said it's going to all make sense in the end. And I'm going to give you kind of a tip on how to really optimize your per diem. When you are in these or on these jobs that's going to be miles away from home, you have to have a way to survive. You can't take food and money from your family. So the company provides a way for you to go to the job site and still live while you're working away from home and still be able to pay your mortgage, your rent, car notes for the wife at home, whatever. So per diem is getting paid per day, like I said. Now, remember, I just said 75 is on the low end, $100 per day is midway. There are job sites that are raising the bar. That's someone's weekly paycheck and just per diem. Again, keep in mind your hourly check is going to come as well. So if you're doing 70 hours, 84 hours plus, you're going to get that on top of your per diem.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, with that being said, what is it? Let's call it $100 a day, right? That's $700 a week, untaxed. The only time the per diem gets taxed is after 365 days on the same job number. Then they will tax that per diem because the company takes the hit for the first 365 days. Normally, guys are not on a job that long. If you're doing shutdowns and turnarounds, you'll be on a job maybe 2-3 months if you're lucky, and then you're on to the next one. So the job number will change. But the guys that are doing these long-term jobs that are getting paid $200 a day, yeah, yeah, they're banking it. So if $100 a day is 700, you do the math on the $200 a day. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these companies, if you don't know, you don't have to show up to get 7 days worth of per diem. A lot of the companies have a stipulation where if you show up 40 hours, you don't miss within the 40 hours. If you miss, let's say, a Saturday, but you've done Monday through Thursday 10-hour days, you will still get 7 days worth of per diem. How amazing is that, bro? That's what I'm saying. Like, blue collar can definitely be a kind of a means to an end. A lot of guys definitely take the money from blue collar and do other things, but that's neither here nor there, right? Let's get back to the per diem. So I've explained to you that 365-day calendar year is when it gets taxed. Until then, it's tax-free money. I'm rich, bitch! If you've ever been on a job where you have gotten per diem, drop it in the comment section. Let me know what type of job it was, what type of career you're in, If it's construction, it's not just construction that does per diem jobs. So let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, give me a thumbs up, man. Subscribe if you're not. And I definitely bring content like this for the long haul. So let me know and subscribe, and let's build this blue collar community. But yes, okay. So the long projects with the per diem it's called the 7-day sub. That means 7 days, you do your 40 hours, 7 days per week, you get all of that per diem, 365 days. Some companies will do this. Some companies will send you away for 30 days to another job site, because if you have reached your 365th day, you have to be away from that job number for 30 or 31 days. So a month, essentially. And then once you come back, bada bing, bada boom, you're back on the 200 a day tax-free per diem. So some companies will look out for you where they will either waive the taxes, or they will change a job number for you, put you in a different unit, put you on a different job on paper. And some jobs will physically just send you to another job for 30, 31 days. You can help out another crew, help out another job site, and then you can return. Some companies do that. The good ones do. Not everybody's like that. So I've been on a job where I went 365 days and my per diem was getting taxed, and it wasn't a lot of per diem to start with. So, but yes, definitely you can get paid to just show up to work. It's amazing. So the tips on how to optimize your per diem so that you can not only have your hourly check at whatever it is, 84 hours, 100 hours, 70 hours, 60 hours, but you can maximize and optimize your per diem. If it's a large job site and you're going with a few people, even if you get there and you meet a couple of guys, the best thing to do is to group up, grab an Airbnb, and shack up and split the rent, split the diff. Why? Because if you're getting $200 a day per diem, that's $1,400 a week, and you have an Airbnb that is 4,000, and you got 4 guys in there, 4,000 a month, and you got 4 guys. It's a 4-bedroom Airbnb. Or you make it, you got a guy sleeping in the living room. We've done that. But you take $1,000 out of your per diem, and each of you all pay the rent for the month, $1,000. You've just paid for 30 days of living, and the rest of the month of your per diem is pocketed. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not going to sit here and do the math, but $1,400 a week times 4 minus 1,000, bro, you're almost like getting a whole other paycheck just to show up to work. Now, another stipulation in order to get your per diem, some companies will have a 2-hour show up to get your per diem, meaning you show up 2 hours, boom, your per diem is activated. You leave within the 2 hours, you don't get your per diem for the day. Some people have 4 hours. I've been on a shitty job where the per diem was a 8-hour minimum. So if you had a doctor's appointment or something at noon and you needed to go and you couldn't come back, you lost your per diem for the day. It sucks, but some companies are like that, and they're going to pocket the money, and it is what it is, right? But those are the stipulations too. 40-hour work week on the hourly side, 2 hours, 4 hours, and maybe 8 hours. And you're pocketing all this money. You're getting paid to show up every day. It's definitely money to survive while you're away from the house. So let's not get it misconstrued. It's not because you're an awesome individual, but yes, it is awesome to get that extra money because it's money that is kind of not counted. So you can do whatever you want. You can use it as play money. You can put it away for savings. You know, you could use it for the next Airbnb for the next job. You never know if you'll be able to group up with a group of guys again. But if you have that money pocketed and you can live comfortable, you can find you another Airbnb, and then boom, you're by yourself and you don't got to worry about it. Because here's what happens: a lot of these hotels and Airbnbs will price gouge and they will jack up the rates, knowing a Roach Motel should not be $500 a week. But because they know that a job site is going to have about 300 people or 300 plus people making per diem, they're going to raise their rates. And that's why I said group up and optimize your per diem. There's always a way to get around things, and people make it hard, but we'll always find a way to get around it. Ladies and mullets, you already know what it is. Here it is. Here it is. Ladies and mullets, be a hand, not a pinky. We don't mess with that. Put God first. Y'all be safe. Peace.